The gentlewoman's time has expired.
Omar will not be silenced.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
To Congressman Omar, I am so sorry,
has expired.
that our country is failing you today.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology when my life was threatened. Thank you.
So that clip right there was just the tip of the iceberg regarding the complete meltdown that the woke squad had in the House of Representatives yesterday. All because Ilhan Omar was removed from the Foreign Affairs Committee by Kevin McCarthy, something we all knew was going to happen. All the wokes knew it was going to happen, but they insisted on getting up and completely losing their mind, shedding tears, and basically blaming white supremacy and racism for this being done. Now, if you recall, Nancy Pelosi did the same thing. She removed high-ranking Republicans from committees because they wouldn't go along with all her nonsense proposals. They wouldn't go along with her wanting to spend billions and trillions of dollars and then put it on the backs of the American taxpayers. So what'd she do? She removed people from committees. And that's exactly what Kevin McCarthy is doing. Now, I don't know if it's right or wrong. I don't know anything mainly about Ilhan Omar other than she is a complete and utter buffoon and racist. There are rumors that she married her brother. I don't know if that's true, quite frankly, and I really don't care. So this is basically about the unprofessional acts that they performed yesterday at the podium in the House of Representatives. These women are elected to serve the people who voted for them, and they act like children. They took their ball and they went home because no one wanted to play nice with them. So have a look at this first clip, and this is a breakdown for the record books.
Desperation. So desperate to distract the American people from their total inability to govern. The GOP is now doing what it is best at, weaponizing hate against a black, beautiful Muslim woman. Congresswoman Omar's lived experience as a refugee and a child of survivor of war should be welcomed on this committee. It is needed. When you can't pass any bills that actually improve the people's lives, they turn Congress into a place of fear-mongering hate. It is so painful to watch. How ironic that the so-called lovers of personal freedom are now moving to censor Congresswoman Omar in the same week they introduced a bill to ban federal employees from engaging in censorship. Where are the free speech warriors today? The hypocrisy is obvious to the American people. You are showing who you all are, really.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
Omar will not be silenced.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
To Congressman Omar, I am so sorry,
has expired.
That our country is failing you today through this chamber.
And that's just the beginning. These people, they don't even pay attention to what they're saying, because everything they're saying is everything that they do and they've always done. Excuse me. She claimed the GOP is weaponizing hate. Well, isn't Joe Biden weaponizing the Department of Justice, the FBI, the Border Patrol, and every other law enforcement agency in the federal government to go after innocent, law-abiding citizens, especially parents complaining at school board meetings because of the crap they're teaching their kids? They want to call them domestic terrorists. Didn't the squad come out with St. George Floyd and blame white supremacy and racism for his killing and every other time a black person is killed? The Democrats weaponize hate and push racism. They are the only ones who complain and bitch and moan about it. So they're saying that Ilhan Omar, because she's a Muslim, she was targeted by all the white supremacists sitting in Congress. The white supremacist who's the Speaker of the House. They need to go back and do a little review of what Nancy Pelosi did all the years she was the Speaker, and all the unethical and racial divide that she pushed, all the unethical votes that she made sure happened so she got her way. These people are race baiters. They want racial tension. How many times do people have to say that? The next clip is going to be another epic meltdown, and it starts with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Have a look.
As a fellow New Yorker, I think one of the things that we should talk about here is also one of the disgusting legacies after 9/11 has been the targeting and racism against Muslim Americans throughout the United States of America. And this is an extension of that legacy. Consistency, there is nothing consistent with the Republican Party's continued attack except for the racism and incitement of violence against women of color in this body. I had a member of the Republican caucus threaten my life, and you all and the Republican caucus rewarded him with one of the most prestigious committee assignments in this Congress. Don't tell me this is about consistency. Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of anti-Semitic remarks when you have a member of the Republican caucus who has talked about Jewish space lasers and an entire amount of tropes, and also elevated her to some of the highest committee assignments in this body. This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology when my life was threatened. Thank you.
Senator Bush. The gentlewoman is recognized for 1 minute.
St. Louis and I rise in support of Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. I've been to her district. I've spoken with her constituents. We visited marginalized communities globally together. This institution is better because of her leadership, and the Foreign Affairs Committee benefits from her perspective. So let's talk about what's really happening. Republicans are waging a blatantly Islamophobic and racist attack on Congresswoman Omar. And I've said it before, I will say it again. The white supremacy happening is unbelievable. This is despicable.
And of course, that's the bartender who started out that clip yelling and waving her hands because she's disgusted with the Republican leadership. She claims that the House GOP is targeting women of color with the vote to remove Omar. She said the hypocrisy was elevated by putting Marjorie Taylor Greene to a whole high-profile committee when she made controversial statements about Jewish people. We all know that Omar made a statement that Jewish people and money, they go hand in hand, which some took to be a racist statement towards Jewish people. But one thing that Omar did say, and you won't hear Ocasio-Cortez say it, or Cori Bush, or Tlaib, after 9/11, she made a statement, of course, because, she's the big Muslim supporter. And what she said about that day was, and I quote, "Yes, something happened that day." End quote. Something happened that day. The worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil in the history of our country. It was something that happened that day, according to Ilhan Omar. These people are pushing the racial envelope as far as they can, and it's disgusting and it's sickening to see that they are actually being elected to serve their constituents because all they care about is pushing the color of their skin and their ethnicity. They don't care about the American people. They certainly don't care about the white American people because, after all, we're all white supremacists. And anybody who doesn't support anything they want is a white supremacist. And then you had Cori Bush. Oh, we love Cori Bush. She's a woman of the people. She wants to bring everybody together of all races, of all religions. But she, if you recall, is one of the main supporters of defund the police. And then she went and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on personal armed security. But she wants to take everybody's guns away. She says white supremacy is in that chamber, and that's why Omar was removed. And she's tired and sickened by the Islamophobic and racist attack on Omar. Because she has never attacked anyone in a racial tone. Oh no, she loves everyone. She's never called every police officer in the United States of America a racist, mainly white people, but she'll still say the black ones are racist because they learn the white supremacy from their counterparts. I've never, in all my years, seen anything like this in American politics. People run for office with a platform to destroy one race. They want to give everything for free. They want as many illegal immigrants to come to this country that can get here, and they want them to stay and be able to vote and give them driver's licenses and social security cards without going through the proper channels. No one has an issue with illegal immigrants coming here as long as they do it the right way. But these women, they want to do it their way, which is the illegal way. And if you don't agree with it, you're a white supremacist. Okay? You're a white supremacist. So here's the next clip of Ilhan Omar and her little spiel, if you will, about why she was removed from that committee. Have a look.
It is no accident that members of the Republican Party accused the first black president, Barack Obama, of being a secret Muslim. It is no accident that former President Donald Trump led a birther movement that falsely claimed he was born in Kenya. Because to them, falsely labeling the first and only president of the United States of America a Muslim and African immigrant somehow made him less American. Well, I am Muslim. I am an immigrant, and interestingly, from Africa. Is anyone surprised that I am being targeted?
And there you have it. She's being targeted because she's a Muslim, because after all, they accused Obama of being born in another country. They said Trump basically pushed something with Obama's birth certificate. I recall that. But this is not about Barack Obama. It's not about Donald Trump. It's about the woke squad who insist on yelling, screaming, and crying when they don't get their way, because that's what this is all about. It's about they're not getting their way. If they could just do what they're elected to do, pass common sense legislation that helps everyone, not just blacks, not just Hispanics, not just Native Americans, not just everyone. Because after all, aren't we all human beings? White, black, yellow, I don't care what color your skin is. You're a human being. But these race baiters do not want to hear that. All they want to preach is racism and white supremacy, because if you don't go along with them, that's the reason why. And it's never going to end. These people will not stop until they get their way. We can only hope that when they're up for re-election, that people wake up and see that they're doing nothing but causing problems and not trying to push any common sense legislation that helps every American. Excuse me, okay? Every American, not just people of color. That's their agenda. That's the propaganda they spew. And it's wrong. We're all Americans, no matter what color your skin is. And yes, we all know there's racist people out there. And quite frankly, anybody who's racist is an asshole, because who cares what color somebody's skin is? Who cares what country they came from, as long as they came here legally? I don't care. Nobody I know cares. And I don't think you care either. And that's it. And that's my opinion. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't liked this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell. Share this video if you will. I like people to see how our elected officials are acting like children in the United States Congress instead of doing what they were elected to do. I hope everybody's healthy and safe, and I'll see you soon with something else. Have a great day.